give us your overall assessment. Obviously, probably encouraged by a lot of what you saw, but ultimately it's another defeat. But just give us your overall take on it.
Yes, we are disappointed. Yeah, loss is loss, and football can be sometimes the coolest sport in the world. It's a sport where even the better side sometimes lose the game, and and it's not that often in the world of sport. And I got a bit the feeling this was the case today. Yeah, after a tough start into the game, with being back 0-1, of course unnecessary in this situation. I think the lads were brilliant. They fought their way back into this game against one of the best sides in this league. Was still difficult because you had to also to control the counter, and if Leicester is in lead with the likes of Vardy and Madison, it's not easy to control all their counters. And I think we had a well-deserved equalizer in the first half. In the second half, after 70 minutes, I would have been even disappointed just to do this game, if I'm honest, because I got the feeling so we controlled all their counters in their second half, went for it, and created so many good situations that. Yeah, I would be really 100% happy with the win today, and then, yeah, more or less out of a sudden they were able to score a goal. Again, great mentality, fantastic reaction. We scored the goal. Was anyhow disallowed. We kept going till the end. Adam Ida was a good chance. Tim Krul in the last minutes in the box of the opponent. So my lads played their heart out today. Many compliments for the performance. Also the mindset, the fitness. The mentality, I think that was a great performance. Yes, but we're lacking the deserved reward today, and for that, of course, we're disappointed.
You said a goal disallowed. Just give us your understanding of why, and what was your take on that incident?
Yes, it was just a VAR mistake. We have to accept this because my player Todd Cantwell can't be in offside position, because he just can be in offside position if he takes part in the game, but he doesn't take part in the game. So Schmeichel is 10 inches taller than him, so he doesn't disturb his view. He was standing in front of him. It doesn't disturb that Schmeichel jumps to the left. And I tell you what, even if the cross or the corner comes in, and it's just Schmeichel against McLean, and he has no chance to save anyhow the header of Kenny McLean. For me, it was just a VAR mistake because he can't be in an offside position. Yeah, but what should we do? So it's a fact, and we have to accept this. So we're all doing mistakes. Yeah, my players are doing mistakes. The referee at times, my coaching staff, myself, I do mistakes, and even the VAR ref can be there with a mistake. And this was definitely a mistake. And yes, we have to accept this.
But obviously there was another VAR incident. Were you concerned the longer that went on, because it looked pretty clear cut on the replays in terms of the challenge from Soyuncu on Milot, but even that seemed to take a very long time?
I was disappointed that the referee didn't see this in real time, because I think even from my position, I was not as close as the referee. I could see that it was a tackle from in behind, and he never ever touched the ball. So of course it was a clear penalty. I was really disappointed that it was not given, because it takes a lot in order to overturn with VAR in terms of penalties during this season, much more than it was in comparison to last season. And then you never know if there is perhaps a really 100% clear and obvious mistake. But yeah, of course, it was a clear and obvious mistake not to give the penalty in the first moment during the game. And thank God VAR worked in this moment. And yeah, it was more like, okay, then the recommendation, okay, the referee should watch the scene back. And of course, after he watched it back, he saw that it was a tackle from in behind, and he didn't touch the ball. And of course, it was a clear penalty. It wasn't easy for Timo Pukki, because he had to wait more or less for 5 minutes until he could take the penalty, but he was then ice cold and cool in his finish. And yes, of course, a well-deserved equalizer.
Is there, as you say, you can only control what you and your players can do, really, ultimately? And is there a bit of frustration in the manner of both their goals? Essentially, sort of two transition moments that underlines at this level, you just can't make those mistakes, you'll get punished.
Yes, that's right. Of course, it was both goals were unnecessary, but this is also what you have to accept when you work with young players. And in this moment is also about to speak with them about what you have to do better, and to back them and not to punish them. Yeah, of course, Brendan Williams would have wished to be a bit more aware in this moment in the first half, not to give possession away, and then we lacked a bit to repair his mistake in the center. Yes, and when I think about the second goal, after the throw in, we should have been there. A bit more experienced player would be there with a small tactical foul on the sideline, not allow them to go further on with their attack and to switch the play. And of course, we should have been there with a small tactical foul in order to disturb the attack, and then they switched the play, and then it was also a situation we were perhaps 5 inches too late and deflected just a strike in terms of, instead of just blocking the strike, and then it found the way into the bottom corner. Yeah, this is what you have to accept when you work with young players. Yeah, if Brennan would be perfect and play without mistake, if Billy would be there only with a small tactical foul, anyhow, with his experienced behavior, then he would probably already play for Chelsea, and Brennan would already play for Manchester United. So we have to accept this. It's our way. We work with these young players and we back them in this moment, and they will grow with this experience. And for that, it's not like up to me to punish them. It's more like, I think both were, apart from the scenes, there was really good performances and many compliments for them. But yeah, it's more like footballers always find margins in order, to be effective. Then you have to work a little bit on this. We play really without any mistakes. Yeah, and hopefully next games we'll do it in this term slightly better. But apart from this, was of course a great team performance today, and also great mindset, and also many good and encouraging individual performances.
Just a couple more for me, if I can, Daniel. No Jolis today. You said there was a slight issue with his calf. How close was he today? And would that put a question mark against him maybe meeting up with Greece, of having been called up over this international break?
Yes, I think he will miss out the international games with his national team, because he has a calf injury, and our doctors recommend it will last 2 to 3 weeks till he's fully back and fully recovered. And of course, he was also greedy to play. He's a young player, 19 years old, and doesn't have the experience anyhow how to perhaps go on with this injury. If I would have just asked him, he would have said, no, I try everything today. But yeah, we had a scan and it was clear and obvious that he had to miss out for this game. I hope to have him back on the other side of the international break, but we'll have to see. So we just have 2 weeks between the 2 games till we face Arsenal. It could be a bit too short to have him back, but we will see. So I hope to have him back as quick as possible.
Final one, obviously, I'm sure you've been asked this plenty of times since the final whistle, but 2 or 3 days left in the window. You're still reasonably confident that Stuart and his team will do what they need to do with those missing couple of pieces of the jigsaw?
Yes, we will see. So I'm quite sure that we try everything till the window is closed in order to, add perhaps the final pieces of this transfer business. But it's just done when it's really done, and I can't confirm anything yet. No outgoings yet, no incomings yet. So for that, we have to wait a bit how the next hours and days will develop.
Cheers, Daniel. Thanks for your time. Cheers.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you.
Cheers, Paddy. Michael, please.
There we go. I don't know if I'm the right way up. Hey, Daniel. Just if I can ask about Milot Rashica. Obviously, the Premier League have said that no players will be travelling if their countries are playing red list countries. Will Milot be staying here for the 2 weeks as you expect, or will he maybe join up for Kosovo for their amber list games? Do you know?
I'm not spot on in this moment. I think it's just one game that is influenced by this rule. So my last point that was that he's perhaps just caught up for the other 2 games anyhow. So. But I'm not sure how the last hours developed, because I was just really focused on this game. It was a talking point. I'm not sure if there was a decision made in the background. So sorry for that. I can't confirm it right now at the moment. But I think we'll have a decision quite soon.
That's no problem.
It's already made, but I haven't spoken with our guys about this topic. Sorry.
No problem at all. Could you see a lot of encouragement from his performance there? It seemed like today, starting to see a bit more of what he can do and how threatening he can be.
Yeah, so we don't have to speak about this potential, and he's so highly rated, and he's shown today also why. And for him, it was more like, to work on his fitness level, to be really in a physically perfect shape, and I also see him growing in this terms. And I think it was definitely his best game from all the 3 games so far, and I think he's also shown today why we were so greedy to sign him. Yeah, and hopefully he's also pretty soon off the mark anyhow in terms of assists and goals, and but we are happy to have him.
Brilliant. Thank you, Daniel. Cheers.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Michael. Okay, anybody else?
Daniel, obviously it's been 3 defeats so far. There are going to be those who kind of question, should Norwich be in the Premier League? But you showed enough character today to kind of answer those critics, didn't you?
Yes, but we don't have to prove this. We are the only self-funding club on this level. And if you're capable as a self-funding club who has probably earned more money than any other club in Western Europe in the last 3.5 years, when you're then capable to dominate the championship like we did and to cut this league into pieces more or less with 97 points and winning the title, then you totally deserve to be in this league. And with all respect to all the other clubs, anyhow, but we are the only self-funding club, so this makes our life even a bit more difficult. And if you're able to manage us to win the title on championship level as a self-funding club, and to make sure that you earn the money before you can invest it, then you totally deserve to play on this level. And we also have shown today definitely that we can be competitive on the top level. We played today one of the best sides in this league, Leicester, who were always in the top positions last season and will also finish this season in a top position. And I think we're pretty close also to win this game, not just to take a draw in this game, but also to win this game. And we've shown that I think we can be definitely also a good addition in the Premier League. And yeah, hopefully we're also pretty soon off the mark.
They were always going to be tough, these first 3 games, but I suppose the pressure really is on for the games in September now, aren't they?
Pressure is there in each and every game. We even had pressure at Man City or Liverpool anyhow. And yeah, of course, it was a difficult pre-season with the COVID outbreak and that we had 11 players in isolation just for 2 weeks, just with and they returned just 6 days before the Liverpool game. It was, of course, always difficult this first weeks anyhow. But anyway, even with 1 point or 3 points, there would be also always pressure in each and every game, and each and every Premier League side has pressure. Yeah, of course, we want to grind out results and also want to play effective and win as many points as possible, and want to keep going with this attitude also in September. But if I'm honest, if we are there with a good September, then we will also have pressure in October and also November. So we have to keep going.
Just ask you, I know you've probably been asked this plenty of times, but you take Buendia out of this team, it does take a while to adjust, given how fundamental he was to your team last few years. It's going to take time, isn't it? Do you think it might take a few more games to get that gel, the side going?
Yes, Buendia was a key player for us, one of our best players. That's the reason why we didn't want to sell him. But anyhow, so we needed then also the money in order to bring the likes of Milot Rashica, Josh Sargent, Pierre Lesmelou, Christos Solis, Angus Gunn in, and also Billy Gilmore on loan. So this money, we are the only self-funding club, has allowed us to bring all these players in, and we still have earned money more or less. So it was Emmy's big wish also to have this move, and for that we had to sign it up and to allow this, and it has allowed us to develop the squad in some other positions, and yeah, we also got the flick. So it was also then perhaps smart to do this also a bit in this way. Of course, we lost one of our key players anyhow, but then it's more like we were able to strengthen this team in different other areas. It's not easy for a self-funding club due to this pandemic, who has also influenced the financial incomings over the last 2 years, if I'm really honest. And for that, yeah, we totally accept this. Yeah, of course, it would have been a bit easier with keeping all our key players, but no complaints about this. It was definitely also then a sensible and sensitive and smart decision of the club. And for that, we keep going with our lads.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ian. And finally, Mark.
Hi, Daniel. Just a quick one. The sort of history of this club in recent years, Norwich have come up, gone down, come up, gone down. Have you seen anything, have the players seen anything different this season to convince them that it will be a different pattern this year? Maybe in previous years they sort of let their heads drop. How will you convince them it's going to be different this time around?
Well, I think it's important to be realistic and always transparent and honest. It will always be a big task to become an established Premier League side for a self-funding club on this level. And this is probably also why we're lacking to show this consistency over the last decades. Yeah, the last times we were really able to spend many years on row and top level are really over. But we want to work to this, and we have shown the consistency in the last 4 years always to finish in the top 26 in this country. So we won the championship title, then we won the Premier League, then we won the championship title again. Right now we're back in the Premier League, and right now we want to go the next step, also to become a permanent member. It's still a big challenge and a big task, and there's no guarantee that we are capable to achieve this. But I got the feeling as a club we are much better prepared, for example, in comparison to 2 years ago, and we want to give it a real goal during the season. Yeah, of course, the start was quite encouraging in terms of performance, in terms of points. It could have been a bit better, but nevertheless, we keep going and we try and we'll work our socks off in order to earn the right also to stay on this level, because this is more like the next step. But let's be honest, it will be a difficult challenge anyhow, and there's no guarantee that we will achieve this. But I still got my gut feeling says also like we still have a chance during this season.